Alyork Sports Show in full effect. We back on Halloween edition. End of October. World Series going on, down 2-0. The Nationals take control. NBA season started up a couple days ago. We got the NFL in full swing. College football in full swing. We got all this going on. It's my Halloween look. I did it for all y'all. It's supposed to be scary. We got everybody hyped about the NBA start. I was hyped. The Lakers Clippers was a hell of a game. We had, the champs played a pretty good game. Came back from down 10 at halftime, whatever. It's the beginning of the year. Nobody knows who's on what team, so start to enjoy it now because it's gonna be crazy when it gets in full swing like November, December, January. But right now it's all about baseball, World Series, crazy. Max Scherzer beat Garrett Cole. You had Verlander go down yesterday. Hey, maybe the Astros wasn't as good as we all thought they were. After they beat the Yankees, that was their high. So it's all good though. We got the free plays. We 10-10 now. We down the juice, but we're gonna pick it back up. Not worried about that. It happens. Nobody wins every day. Not everybody can be Vegas Dave, I guess. If y'all believe he's 25-0 every week, something wrong with it. So I got my man Al coming out second. He just finishing up on the driving range, getting a couple putts down. He's gonna be here to give it to y'all the way he always do. He give all y'all shout outs and everything. It's your man Noah Park coming at you. Another week, Halloween edition.
What up, what up?
Let's do this.
What up, peoples? Oh, look at B4. I love it. Sammy Sam in the building. B4. Everybody tapping in on that love. What's up, LES? What up, Vegas? What up, the whole world? Let me give my little shout outs real fast. And if I don't do that, then I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Chi-Town, Minnesota, the D and LES to the death, man. Y'all already know, man. Also, shout out to one of our sponsors, Tony Sports, a great handicapper. He's very transparent. Tony Sports, you know what I mean? He'll teach you step-by-step sports. If you don't know, he got time for that type of shit. He charges $99 a package. He'll give you games, teachings, and he'll even be your friend. He's very transparent. You can reach Tony Sports at Armhorse at MSN. Armhorse at MSN. Hit Tony Sports up. Also, shout out to Syndicate Radio, Vegas Divas, D Beeman, Credit Fix. Never too late. Keep trying to tell her. And tell that bartender lady that we ready for her. Never too late. You can IG me, inbox me, or email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. And also shout out to my boy Goose. We had a great topic earlier, dog. Keep your head up, man. Much love from the Alyork Sports Show with Noah Parker. We got love for you, Goose. Now you ready to get this popping or what, man? Now I wrote extra subjects. You know why? Because the last time we was short. Let's see what Humpty's saying.
Hey, it's my little
Big Sammy Jonan, what up, baby?
I got my little Nicky look going on. It's for Halloween. All right, Humpty. It's my Halloween edition.
Look, special shout out my security dude, Sam, B.
What up? You already know.
$10, $8,000 ticket.
Hey.
The dude know what the fuck he doing.
He been in the game just as long
Dog,
as maybe
he know
longer.
what he doing. The nigga got the Nationals.
I see him in there.
On a suite, on a game 5. Either way, he hit one of those. He's
I know,
top
I
billing.
already know. I see you in
top
there.
billing. I see you, baby.
Be in there like me.
Yes, sir. Okay, we going right to the NBA. Tuesday night we opened up. I'm not going to go into yesterday. We're going to go right into Tuesday night. We had the first game. The Raptors came back. They won in overtime, 130-122 over the non-Zion Pelicans. Right. Now, it was fucked up if you had the Pelicans +7.
Yeah, bad beat.
They lost by 8. It was a bad beat in overtime. And then the game that I liked was the Lakers at Clippers. I thought the Lakers would probably win, the first game they played each other. But I still think the Clippers will be a better team eventually. As you see, I'm repping they shit, man. I'm repping the Clippers. I'm not a Clipper fan. Let me make that clear. But I'm picking them to come out the West. That's my pick. Now, your take on this NBA stuff coming right back, bro.
Man, that first day, Clippers just came out like they wanted them, where they bench showed out. They out-rebounded the Lakers.
No PG-13 too,
Right.
by the way.
Now, if you look at their rebounding, you would think with Dwight Howard,
Ralph.
and LeBron James having more bigs, you know, they would win the rebound game, but didn't happen. Like I said, Doc Rivers is a little bit better of a coach than Frank Vogel, so already they had the advantage there. Kawhi Leonard showed out. If you watch that game, Kawhi Leonard looked like the version of LeBron James a few years ago. He looks like he's elevated past LeBron right now. I mean, he's a younger player coming off a championship. He's going to do that. But without Paul George, what they did, it was very impressive. And then tonight, they're going into Golden State.
Sal Jones.
For the first game ever in their new arena, the new stadium in San Francisco, wherever they playing.
Did they play there in the preseason, or they play somewhere else?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere else. This is the first real game.
First real game at that facility.
And the Clippers are favorite on the road, so they have to be. But it's going to be an interesting game tonight because you're going to see if Curry can hold it down, him and D'Angelo. It'll be an interesting game, but it's going to really show you how good the Clippers are if they do take care of business tonight. Right.
And back to that game, Anthony Davis had 25, 9 rebounds. Danny Green, 28 and 7. I mean, who expected that from old-ass Danny Green?
He's hitting in the third quarter.
And LBJ had 18, 10, and 8, almost had a triple-double in the defeat. And the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, the Claw, who I said I'd rather have him than LeBron right now. A lot of people disagree with me, but I'm hoping now they're going to understand that the Claw, to me, is a better over-round player. That's just my opinion right now.
Right.
Not all time, but right now. Sweet Lou Williams had 21, 7 assists. And Montrezl Harrell, who I tell you, he's a beast, and he will continue to get better out of Cincinnati. The guy is playing the ball that Louisville. He's playing the ball I always expected him to play. I forgot he played with Pacino in them, correct? Okay, so there you go right there. No PG-13. Clippers won anyway. Okay, now let's go to the MLB. Let's jump right into the World Series, baby. This is what everybody's waiting for. I gave out the Coltrane in game 1, but I did say specifically I like the Nationals in the series. I no way, no how thought it would be 2-zip coming out a minute.
Not a lot of people did. Don't worry. Not a lot of people.
Whoever thought that, you must be a genius, or you just might not know sports, and you just guessed that shit. Okay, we got questions coming through.
Oh, that's all NBA questions.
Okay. So, Nationals went to Minute Maid, handled their business. Not only did they win the first 2 games, they took out Cole and JV. This team had a long break off. I thought this would hurt the Nationals. Now, I know they set up their rotation. But you know how it is when you don't play for a while. I remember when the Yankees played the Braves many years back in the 90s, was it? Right, 96 or some shit. 10 days off. Braves won the first 2 games at the stadium.
And then came back.
Andrew Jones. And then the Yankees won the next 4 when Girardi hit that triple of Greg Maddux. The best play I ever seen as a fan of the game. That play, no play ever got me more excited when Girardi hit that triple against Greg Maddux. But anyway, let's go back to the Nationals. 2-zip lead. Talk to them.
You know, they're just showing out more. They just wanted more. You can see it in their approaches at the plate. And you can't say Scherzer and Strasburg are schmucks either. Like
they're not chopped liver. They're not chopped liver.
That's Cy Young winners right there, okay? And that's a Cy Young winner in Scherzer, and that's a guy, Strasburg, that's been waiting to show out in the playoffs. I think he's 4-0 now this season in the playoffs.
Let me pause you real quick. JV's 0-5 in his last
in the World Series.
Yeah. I put that out there.
He lost to the Yankees last week, so I mean he hasn't really been showing much. And if you remember this year at the All-Star break, he led the league in giving up home runs. Okay, this is obviously a great pitcher. He'll be a Hall of Famer, Cy Young winner, multiple times. Might be a little distracted at home with his wife. You never know with JV, but he went 7 innings strong, only gave up 2 runs. He kind of did what he did against the Yankees. He gave up them runs early, then he would coast until he got to the 7th inning, and he linked up with Kurt Suzuki, who took him out, and that was it. That was the finishing blow with him. But for them to lose that game yesterday is huge because, I'm pretty sure the Nationals are going in there not to sweep, but just to win at least 1 game. So that's icing on the cake, going up 2-0, going back home to Washington.
And we're doing 2-3-2.
Right.
So it's a huge possibility the Houston Astros don't get out of the nation's capital.
All I can say is I wonder what Bryce Harper's doing, watching He probably counted his money.
He played himself.
He just counted his money.
Yo,
He
Bryce
gonna be all right.
Harper played himself because the Nats, I think, offered, if I'm correct, the same money
No,
or
it wasn't
even
the same.
more, was it?
It was less.
A little less?
Yeah, it was way less.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I heard 300 million.
No, it was less and less years. So
Okay,
he
probably
said,
the
"I'm
less.
out."
Okay, but not on the average though.
No, but it was way
Less years. Okay, yeah, you're right, Bob. You're right on that. But even though his loyalty should have stood to the Nationals, not only did he leave the Nationals, he stood within the division.
Right. Hey, that's his
Which
decision.
is a slap in the face.
It's his decision.
Now I understand business is business. I understand that. But right now I know he's fucked up right now. I know he got bread. But when you got bread, you want jury.
Of course.
And I know he'll do anything. He'll sacrifice half that contract to be where the Nats are right now, 2-0. Back to Nation's capital. Not believe me, because he could get another contract. He could get another contract. Bryce Harper, he's a baby.
I still
he's
think
a baby.
I think he's gonna get one ring with the Phillies before his 13 years is up. He'll somehow, some way, figure it out. He got a long way to go.
Right.
So that so I don't think he's gonna just go the whole 13 years without winning anything.
Yeah, you see,
too good of a talent.
Eric Supervator said the same, but with less time.
Right.
Okay, I knew I was right on that. Thank you for the backup, Eric. Thank you for the backup on that. But go ahead.
But we're gonna find out. Astros a favorite again in Game 3. Is Zach Greinke against Anibal Sanchez, who's looked great this postseason, but overall he's kind of declined. It's interesting how they got in this playoff series. You got Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, and Anibal Sanchez, who all were rotated for the Detroit Tigers.
Detroit Tigers.
And now they all out here in the playoffs, showing out. So we'll see what Sanchez can bring to the table if he's still bringing it at the level he was bringing it against the Dodgers and the Cardinals. It'll be a good game, Game 3, but obviously it's more than a must-win for the Astros. They cannot afford to go down 3-0.
Well, I just felt the reason why I like the Nationals in this series is for two reasons. One of them being that too much money was coming in on them. I mean, everybody from who I know got the Houston Astros to win it all. And when you live in Vegas and you kind of find out what's going on, usually that team don't win. Usually.
Mac, you heard about Mattress Mac got all kind of millions on him. So.
Yeah, because he was hedging his bet, but he's all right because he's
fine.
He's got mad money. But,
rich,
but he was trying to hedge out.
Right.
And he probably didn't need to hedge out, but he was smart by trying to hedge out. And another reason why I thought they would lose because I felt they put too much into the Yankees series. Kind of like when the Yankees beat Boston when Boone hit that home run there at the end, that walk-off.
Right, 0-3.
And then they lay down against the Marlins with Cabrera and Beckett and company. I'll never forget that. To me, I don't care what nobody says. That was a World Series win for me when we beat Boston. But I know on paper, I know the haters ain't hearing that. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. To me, all I wanted to do was beat Boston that year. But anyway, back to the Nationals. Do they close it in the nation's capital with these 3 games? Do they get 2 out of 3, or are we going back to Minute Maid?
It depends what they do. I thought, Patrick Corbin would be starting this game.
Humpty, we going there.
But he didn't. I'm not gonna say they screwed up by letting Corbin come out the bullpen because their bullpen's shaky.
They have to do that.
Yeah, they have to pretty much. So now you're taking away one of your starters.
Right.
So
they could go 3 deep.
That's gonna put a lot more.
They could go 3 deep.
But if Scherzer starts Game 4, that's 3 days rest.
They could go 3 deep,
I don't know how you want to do that.
You go Game 7, you put them 3 innings, then you just remember this is the last series. Noah, everybody's available.
So you think they're gonna Bumgarner it? Just have Max pitch mad innings.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Strasburg pitch mad innings.
You could do that because it's the last series.
I think you do that if you close, but if you up 2-0, you got a cushion now. You can kind of we all right. We don't have to go crazy here. I think you got to start Scherzer on full rest. Start Strasburg on full rest.
Well, they could go back. They could go back to Corbin on Game 4 if they like to.
Okay, so you saying sacrifice this game if they lose Game 3? Because do you think Astros go back to Cole in Game 4, or do you
I think they go back to Cole.
All right, because they didn't do that against the Yankees.
They're not putting Peacock out there down 2-1.
All right.
Peacock's not going to be out there down 2-1.
Because remember, JV on 3 days rest was horrible.
It's horrible.
So that's what you're saying. If you're putting Cole at 3 days rest, you got to put JV at 3 days rest. Because you're not going to put Peacock.
Cam Boogie, what up, baby? But this is what I'm saying. It's 5 games left for the season.
Right. Maybe. So
it
all hangs out.
All hangs out. You don't have to save nobody for the next series. This is it.
Right.
I remember Pedro came in one game, and it wasn't even the World Series against the Indians. And I think it was 3 days rest, and he gave Boston 6 clean innings against the Indians. I don't know if you remember that, but that was a couple years back. And that's how they end up beating the Indians and moving on. This was maybe about a while back. I don't even remember exactly when, but believe me, you got to let it all hang out.
I remember when Pedro in getting that game 7, you were just talking about tried to stretch it out. And Grady Little let him stay a little too long.
Yeah. The Yankees got to him.
So that was on 3 days.
Yankees are my daddy. Remember that?
Yeah,
Yankees are my daddy. Okay, go through the questions real quick. We got tons of questions.
You
Bring it all the way to the beginning.
You brought up.
Bring it all the way to the beginning.
Way to the back.
Yeah. Cause we got time. I want to make sure I answer everybody. We got time. At least they starting to go in now. No, go ahead. Go down. You don't see nothing?
Oh, we're talking about the Brooklyn Nets. B4 brought them up how Kyrie went off and they still lost.
Well, okay, answer that for him real fast.
I mean, Kyrie went off, but
no cigars. You hit 50 and you lose.
They lost to not Charlotte. They lost to
Minnesota.
Yeah, Timberwolves. You know, that's a young team. Karl Anthony Towns looked good in that game.
Minnesota's all right, man. Raiders in them.
Brooklyn took a big lead in that game too. They were up 8 late in the middle of the fourth quarter. Kind of blew it. Had to go to overtime. Kyrie did an Iverson fall down 360 crossover to try to win it. I don't know why he would try a street ball moving that in his first game in Brooklyn. Maybe he tripped.
He tried to get on ESPN real fast. He wanted that ESPN
tough
loss.
But I think that's the record for the most points in a debut with a new team. So shout out to Kyrie for doing this.
Yeah,
thing.
you drop 50, man. But I'm just like
Antonio saying Lakers out the West when they add Melo. Man, they'd rather have Jared Dudley, I guess. So I don't see them going after no Melo.
Lakers ain't never gonna get the claw, Elvis.
Claw ain't his MO to try to hook up with
Ralph.
Eric's talking about let's go Mets. We gonna just go right past that.
Yeah, he loved the Mets.
I don't think they even got a manager yet. Who they going after? Bobby Valentine?
No, but Antonio saying Martinez from the Nats is a mastermind.
Yeah, we know that.
But I don't think he's a mastermind. I think he's just a decent manager. He's got one of the best staffs in the games. And he is good because he learned a lot under Joe Madden. Mm-hmm. He's been under Joe Madden since the Rays, followed him with the Cubs. So, yes, he's a good manager, Tony, but I wouldn't call him a mastermind.
They balling the show. They balling the show.
Humpty said that JV Suzuki got JV's number, hit 400.
He got about 40
good point there, Hump. I like that, Hump. Those are facts right there. Tony Mazzola, what's up, my brother?
Humpty said Harper's an overrated scrub.
I don't like Harp. I think he's a bitch, like my man Brian Fogel said.
Astros coming back. That's a bold statement right now. They think they're plus 220 on the series price right now. So he gets a little value if you play him now.
Astros don't win Game 3. They better forget about it.
Yeah, with Greinke.
They better forget about it.
I mean, Greinke he won a game. He beat the Yankees. He's got one game so far in this postseason.
And he's also a horrible postseason pitcher,
right.
correct?
He's lost 2. He lost first game against the Yankees, and he lost a game against.
But I mean overall though.
Right. We got Humpty saying.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Matter of fact, let's jump right into that right now. We're jumping into it right now. 2 teams that matter to me. I don't care what San Diego did. They picked up a manager also. But we're gonna go to the Chicago Cubs. They hired David Ross. They bring him back, a big World Series hero 3 years ago. What's your take on David Ross and the Chicago Cubs? Is it a good fit for you? Does it make sense? Talk to me.
To me, it's just another Joe Madden hiring. I mean, it's a happy-go-lucky guy. They brought him in because he played there. He won a World Series, so he's going to have a little rapport with with his old teammates. It's kind of like when
But he did what Aaron Boone did. He went
back to his old team. It's kind of like Girardi did that too.
But he went talking on the thing, learned the shit.
Yeah.
Seen the game from the outside.
Right.
So it's not like he's not
it's
coming.
just like a guy that it's going to make the press conferences be happy. It's kind of like Patrick Ewing back at Georgetown.
Right.
Chris Mullin at St. John's. Penny Hardaway at Memphis. I mean, they're okay hirings, but I think you had to go another direction because Joe Madden was, the same kind of personality in my opinion.
I think Girardi would have been a bigger pickup.
Yeah, it would have been a better pickup because he's more fiery.
I think
he's been there. He's been to the.
And he ain't close with them dudes.
He's won a World Series ring. He played for the Cubs way back.
Yeah.
So none of these dudes know they're gonna take him a lot more serious than they're gonna take David Ross. But what do I know?
Because they love Ross. Rizzo was crying in a celebration. So
I'm saying
he's
got that relationship already with the team.
Yeah, so I don't like that friendship.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like that friendship.
I didn't really like the hiring and all, but hey, That's the direction that the Cubs and
That's a great point there.
Yeah.
That's a great point there.
We'll see what
Okay,
happens.
now the Phillies made a real big move. I thought the Mets would get Joe Girardi after the Cubs didn't sign him, but the Phillies end up picking up Joe Girardi.
So you thought
Your take on that?
So you thought the Mets was gonna do what they did with Willie Randolph?
Yeah.
Go after the
Yeah,
Yankees.
especially after the Cubs didn't get him.
Yeah, to me, he's probably Girardi was the second biggest name out there, I guess. Madden was a big name that was still out there. It was the right move. I mean, they went after a guy that's gonna really bring it to him analytically. He doesn't just go by on paper too. He has his own feel. He got a great roster out there, and he's gonna have to learn how to figure out that rotation because that's been the weakest part of the
Achilles heel. Achilles heel.
Achilles heel has been the starting pitcher because after Aaron Nola, it's been nothing for the Phillies. So it's gonna be interesting.
Eflin, none of these guys are stepping up, man. They're none of them stepping
I said it
up.
before the season. I'm saying it again now. So we'll see what they do. I like the direction they're going in because
They got bats.
The hiring they had, he was horrible.
Right.
He was a terrible manager. He just did a lot of shit that just didn't
I don't
make
think
a lot
he
of
knew
sense.
enough about the game.
It was his first job, so his
Yeah,
first manager
Kapler,
job.
right?
Yeah,
He
Gabe
ain't
Kapler.
know enough about the
He
game.
was a champion with the Red Sox, so
Yeah.
they thought you could. I didn't like it. Got rid of him quick. Picked up a good, solid manager who's won a World Series. Was one game away from making the World Series again 2 years ago, and he also did a little TV work. So now he's ready.
Why
to get
you
back
like
into
him,
it.
really? I need you to think clearly on this. Something that I love that you mentioned.
Oh, he's a
on my
fiery
list.
dude, though. He's a fiery.
No, but that's not the word I'm looking for. He's got a what?
He's got rings. I mean, what?
He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Oh yeah, he's got a chip. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Remember, they didn't
Alyork,
call
he
it.
got-
They
he
didn't
got-
call
he
his
got-
name.
Yeah.
He wants to prove
He's
that
ready.
it wasn't just a Yankee.
I think he
fluke.
was a better manager when he was in the National League too. He did a great job with the Marlins.
Marlins. He won Manager of the Year.
Yeah, so
Manager-
he's going back to where he's probably a better manager in the National League. I mean, obviously he won a ring in New York, but this is different situation.
Yeah, well, his career record is in 17, 1,787 games. He's 988 wins with 794 losses, which is a 55.4, which is not impressive at all. And he does have a championship ring, and he has a Manager of the Year also with the Bronx Bombers. So
Okay.
it's in 2009 when they won that chip. He also
Right.
got Manager of the Year. So he's bringing credentials to Philadelphia, which is huge for that team because, like you said, they look lost a lot of times with Kapler out there. I mean, it didn't seem like they gave up on him, motherfucker, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen Harper not run shit out, and I was just like...
they got their old manager back to be the batting coach, whatever, and then they got a little shot.
Yeah, man. Well, that helped a little while.
But, I mean,
Yo, that was like an energy drink.
Yeah, that was.
That shit worked for a
That was a
little
red
while.
bull
That
real
shit
quick.
died out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go on. Let's see what questions we got. Then we're going to go right into the NFL.
Humpty said, great point. Noah Scherzer on 3. You okay with Strasburg on short notice? A problem. Yeah, Astros bats are dead. All they wanted was to beat the Yankees. That's a great point, Eric. Yeah, I think the Astros gave all they had to get to this series. Could be the case. It happens a lot in baseball. Everyone can't stand the Yankees. It's like the Patriots in football. All right. I know he's a Mets fan, so I'm just going to go past that. He also said Knicks got a superstar out of the draft. I mean, he looked all right.
Kimbo
yesterday.
Slice.
They was in that game yesterday. They was beating the Spurs late in the third quarter as an 11-point dog. It came up short.
He
but
said if you're going to bring up Lonzo's benching, you probably got more on that.
I'm not going to bring that up.
Nah,
Still,
because
this is the
I
first
had
game
to
of the
umpire
season.
that day. I didn't see that game, so maybe you
First
caught
game
it.
of the season, he did okay. I mean, they was right in that ball game, so doesn't surprise me. Like I was talking about with Carl Anthony Towns was balling. I still got
Holly Hot
Still
Wheels.
got the Knicks winning over 30-something games this year.
I got him at 33 to 35, Eric.
Astros is done. Sweet. That's what it's.
Syndicate Radio TV, baby, I see you. Disagree, great hire. He said, disagree. Tony Mazzola said Ross is a great hire, so he's disagreeing with you.
No,
Which is
that's-
fine. We
hey,
love that.
Hey, Dino, I appreciate that's my Halloween look. I look like Hitler. I look
Yeah,
like
yo, he
Little
got that.
Nicky.
He got that comb over. My son wore that.
this is for the
I ate my
Halloween.
son up. He cut it off the next
This
day.
is just for Halloween, all right?
Some
So
Halloween
y'all
shit?
can calm down. I'm not gonna be rocking this. It's just for the Halloween.
Antonio got
edition.
what?
So y'all gotta
Hold on,
chill.
go back. Antonio got something
You
there.
already love small ball baseball. That's what I'm saying. He brings a national
Great,
league.
Antonio. That's a great point.
It's different than just
Martinez shit. He ain't no mastermind. That right there, I'm feeling. That right there, I'm feeling. Okay, so now we going to the NFL. two nice pickups for the two conference leaders.
Yeah,
We're going to start with the New England Patriots, picking up Mohamed Sanu from the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to let you talk a little bit before I bring up some of his numbers. Why you think he's either a good pickup or a bad pickup? Talk to him.
I mean, Gordon's out, so they had to pick up they had to get a guy that's been, known.
He's basically like a Gordon,
Yeah.
but not as effective, but he can do more.
Yeah,
Meaning like he can throw the rock too if they need him to.
I remember he went to Rutgers, played quarterback a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
he's playing
So
QB. He can throw the rock.
He can bring multiple weapons to that trick. A lot of the trick plays that
Julian
Belichick
Edelman's
likes to do,
ex-quarterback too.
Yeah.
I mean, New England's going to be playing with it, man.
They're not messing around this year. They know time is dwindling on Tom Brady's career. He's got a few years, if not this being the last year left. So they're gonna try to show out. They gotta put some talent around Brady just to make sure they maintain what they're doing. I think it's a great pickup. I think Sanu's excited to be there too because he's been playing with this team that actually lost to them in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So he's probably looking forward to the opportunity to be in a position to win again because obviously the Falcons, since they got rid of Kyle Shanahan, have been dropping like a rock.
Down.
It's terrible.
Straight down. And they got weapons over there.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
very disappointed what's going on in ATL.
Yeah.
So you done with them?
No, I agree with what B4 just said. These teams need to stop letting the Patriots beat them up, and take their lunch money because that's what's happening.
Yo, B4, you too much, man. Okay, my take on Mohamed Sanu. 33 receptions for 313 yards, 1 touchdown, 9.5 for the season. It's not impressive. He was their third go-to receiver this year behind the tight end and behind Julio. One thing I can say, though, what he's going to bring to the Patriots, he can run the Wildcat.
Yep.
He can run east. He can run west. He can fake it, throw it. They could do that receiver shit where he's at the end, drop back, throw it to him, go deep to Edelman, or Edelman go deep to him. They just added some fun to the Patriots offense in Sanu. Not only that, he's a possession receiver. He can go deep occasionally, and he's got hands.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a win-win-win for the New England Patriots. And if you know the Patriots like me and Noah Parker do, they don't give up no number 2s like that. If you think about it, they gave up a number, I think, 5 to get Randy Moss to the Raiders. Yep. So you give up a 2 for Sanu, is to tell you how much they think of Mohamed Sanu. Your take before we move on to the next one.
I mentioned all that. I think that it's a great pickup, and I can't see them going, messing up. I think they're still looking at what they did against the Bills a few weeks ago, how they struggled on offense, and they knew they had to start picking up weapons. This is going to be a time of year where they, it's the dog days now.
And one more thing, let me not forget this. Young boy Myers out of North Carolina State is starting to pick it up. He's got about 9 catches in 2 games. He's becoming one of Brady's go-to guys with Justin Dorsett, etc. So they are still loaded, even without Gordon and without Brown.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So now we going to the other side of the field. We're going to 49er land. My boy Izzy going to love this because he'd be like, Al, please talk about my Niners. Niners picked up veteran Emmanuel Sanders. 30 receptions, 367 yards, 2 touchdowns, average 12.2 per catch. And I think he'll do a lot better with Jimmy G than he did with Joe Flacco. Because Joe Flacco's out there looking mad slow motion, a.k.a. Jay Cutler out there. Jimmy Guap is just letting it go. With that Shanahan offense, as soon as he called height, within a matter of 3 seconds,
3-step drop.
Jimmy G is letting it go. That's the type of quarterback Emmanuel Sanders needs, considering that he had Peyton Manning who was doing that. Because Peyton was just throwing it. As soon as he made the route turn, the ball was right there. Your take on Sanders?
I wasn't surprised because I heard that Sanders was on the trading block. I'm not saying the Broncos are selling already, but they kind of are. They've looked pretty bad all season. I mean, once they lost to the Raiders in that first week, I knew it was going to be a tough go.
Hold on. I got to say this. Justin, you just said the NFL should be called the PFL. My man, the specialist, Patriots Football League. I just thought I had to put that out there. Go ahead, brother.
They've been winning. This is a 20-year dynasty, so doesn't surprise me with what Belichick and Brady are doing. And, you know, back to
who's the bigger pickup before we end this topic? Pats getting Sanu.
I'm gonna go with 49ers picking up Sanders because they still trying to solidify and let everybody know we there, we ready.
Oh, from that
Yeah,
perspective.
because Patriots, they've already been ready.
Yeah, from that perspective.
That target's already on the Patriots.
Right.
I didn't start taking the Niners seriously until they beat the Rams. I still think they
we
struggled
got to
last
see
week.
more out of Jimmy G.
Yeah, they struggled last week.
Yeah, we got to see more out of Jimmy
But
G.
the rain and the wet field was the difference why they only beat the
Right.
Redskins 9-0. They got a tough game this week against a quarterback who hasn't lost a game yet, I think, Kyle Allen, against the Carolina Panthers. So
yeah, they're going to
that'll be a
show.
big
And that
game.
defense is solid, too, in
Yep, they're at
Carolina.
home. I think it's only a touchdown favorite or less than that.
5.5.
Right, so it's going to be a good game. I will make sure I have that game on my big screen when I'm watching it because that's going to be a real test for Garoppolo.
For both the
Shanahan.
quarterbacks. I want
Yeah.
to see Allen, too, because Allen's
And
4-0.
Allen's showing out. People
Yeah,
don't know
he's
who he is.
4-0. I want to
He's
see him
making-
continue.
He's making everybody forget about Cam Newton.
Oh, they already forgot about
He's the
Cam
kid in the
Newton.
commercial that was telling Cam, "Hey, I'm just getting my arm loose to take
Dog,
your job."
there you go.
'Cause
There you go.
He's done took his job.
Yo, they already forgot about Cam. Cam's already trade bait. My
Bears talking
understanding,
about it. I heard the
Denver,
Bears
Denver Broncos want him.
And the Bears, I heard one too.
Yeah, but they got what the Trubinsky thing is
It's
over.
not working. It's not working.
Wow.
They're talking about we want Chase Daniel out there. When you start hearing the crowd and fans saying it might be time to move on from Mitch Trubisky, who hasn't showed me nothing since he got drafted out of North Carolina a few years ago.
Okay, let's go through some questions and then I go to my next topic. Brian said that the Friends are gonna beat the Steelers. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Well, they got the third string quarterback, and this might be a lay down game for him considering he showed up in L.A. Chargers.
But they ain't trying to win games. That's the problem with the Dolphins.
They tanking,
everybody
right?
knows they Tank City. They might be the Lions of 2009.
All right, Tony, have a good one, Tony. Okay, so again, go through the question before I go into this next topic.
That's the only question.
I think I've seen a couple more.
That's it.
You sure?
We got Antonio.
Okay, Tony
Packers,
said-
Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say it's not a bust. I do got them. I had them in the beginning of the season to get to the chip with Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP, but I wouldn't say Super Bowl bust. I don't think they built like that. Would I like to see them go to the Super Bowl? If my Cowboys don't make it, why not? I love Aaron Rodgers, but what do you think? Is it a bust if they don't make it?
First year coach.
I wouldn't say that's too
I'm
much
gonna say
pressure.
no. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that's too much
First year
pressure,
coach.
man.
This ain't Mike Holmgren. This ain't
McCarthy.
McCarthy. This is a brand new coach getting thrown in there. You can't say Super Bowl bust.
Well, right. I see you,
Aaron
baby.
Rodgers doing what he's supposed to do. He's the sheriff. He's trying to solidify himself as the greatest quarterback to ever play, even though he got a long way to go trying to catch Tom Brady with the rings. But what he's doing right now, picking apart defenses, just showing how surgical he can be with third string and fourth string wide receivers and backup tight ends. It's incredible. I mean, Devontae Adams out there like, man, I don't even got to come back the way he's playing right now. He got another big game this week against the Chiefs. Rematch of Super Bowl 1 and 2.
I would have liked to see the Packers pick up a receiver.
I just don't think it matters to Aaron Rodgers who you throw out there. So he's
Right.
that good. So, I mean, obviously,
But
they know
really
they
sure.
got their guys coming
They got
back.
that. What's that kid that got that double last name? Something Knight.
Yeah.
He's kind of hurt.
Yeah, a lot of guys are
Adams
hurt.
is hurt. Graham ain't really 100.
That's why they didn't want to really pick up nobody because they know they're coming back soon.
Right.
It's just like what the Yankees did with Severino. We're not going to go anybody.
You got Geronimo
We got-
Allison doing work, and that's like their third, fourth,
That's what I'm
two
saying.
go-to guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, real quick, William Wright said, football's whack this year. Will, I love you.
What team is he a fan of?
He's a Miami
right,
Dolphin
that's-
fan,
there you
so
go.
I can see where he's going with that.
That's why, Will.
I can see where he's going with that, Will. But I would say there's a lot of surprises, Will. You got teams like Buffalo winning. You got Cowboys being picked to go to the chip. I mean, it is a lot of funny shit going down. But you still got the New England's balling, the Saints balling, and the Packers balling. Now, Pittsburgh without Big Ben, we know they're not going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever games they win, to me, if you ask me, it's just hurting their draft.
We'll talk about another team too that's just playing out of their mind right now with a backup quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater, 4-0 now as a backup.
You know what? We're going to get to that.
Oh, okay, my bad.
We're
But
going to
I'm
get
just
to
saying,
that.
This has been the year of backup quarterbacks showing out.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Gardner Minshew, nobody knew who the hell he was.
Mustache.
Nick Foles get hurt game
Look,
one.
we'll put Cowboys. Well, at least What's our record? Like 4-2, 5-2, something
Y'all
like
record
that?
4-3.
At least be 4-3. Well, at least we're competitive, and not to mention we spanked the Dolphins at home. So I'm not even gonna go there. But talking about the Cowboys, I'm gonna go to my man Noah Parker. 2 questions. Do you believe in the Dallas Cowboys?
To win the division, yes. That's it.
That's it. That's where it ends with you?
I think their goal, obviously, if everyone's goal is to win the Super Bowl. But if they just win the division, then I think they're happy with that. I mean, a playoff appearance, you can't expect them to win the Super Bowl right now.
I don't think they're happy with just making it to the playoffs, bro.
No, they want to win at least one game, probably 2.
At least one. They got to at least get the conference championship.
Everyone's goal is to win the Super Bowl.
You got to get the
But
conference
just winning the
championship.
division will be enough to keep Garrett's job, I think. Will be enough to get Dak on another. I think they just fine with, they content with making a good playoff run, and obviously winning that division is the most important. They don't win that division, and they go in as a wild card. I think.
Will say you only say that because you sit next to me.
Nah. Look at
Yo,
that
Will,
division.
you funny,
Look
Will.
at that division. The Redskins ain't doing nothing. Giants ain't doing nothing, and the Eagles. See what happened on Sunday night.
Nah, yo, Will, he keep it gully. That's why I got him on the show. If he was a frontin' ass dude, trust me, he wouldn't be here. Now he got the apple turnover cut,
Hey,
but that
that's
doesn't
just for
mean.
Halloween, all
but
right?
that doesn't mean he don't keep it funky. Now, real quick, do you believe in Dak? Can Dak win a Super Bowl? I asked
Who
you
else
this
can
before.
you go after? You can't really go after nobody else. You got to go with Dak right
No.
now.
I'm not saying to go with Dak. I said, do you believe in Dak?
To win it all?
Yeah.
The whole thing? Win the Super Bowl
Yes.
Sunday? Nah, I don't see it happening.
How about this year?
This year, no.
Okay, let me take some numbers. I know numbers is just numbers. This is why when Floyd Mayweather said, numbers never lie, he's lucky I couldn't contest him on that, because numbers do lie if you really think about it. Now, they might not lie when you post the numbers, but a lot of them numbers could be misleading is what I'm saying. Like Fresno State going undefeated one year in college football, but yet they don't even make the playoffs. Why? Because quality of teams that they beat. So to me, the numbers lie. They misled you. Because if the numbers didn't mislead you, then why they wasn't in the playoffs? If you just went off numbers.
They have a different playoff system.
No, but what I'm saying is if you just going, if numbers never lie and the numbers are factual all the way, then that shouldn't apply to that. But let me bring this down real quick. Dak Prescott, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for 2,100 plus yards. He's got a 79.0 QBR. He's the first quarterback right now. He's leading with the QBR. You ask me, what the fuck that means? He can't win a playoff game.
Y'all said the Sam Darnold last week. 2 weeks.
Exactly. So, like, there you go again. I feel numbers do lie. Well, they got him number 1 and you lost to Sam Darnold, who got shut out by the New England Patriots. The next week at home. So that shit don't mean anything to me. You got anything else on the Cowboys?
I'm gonna just say one thing that Will Wright said they didn't play nobody. That's true. And then Justin, you said Dak has as good a chance as Eli Manning does right now. I mean,
Well, they did spank the Eagles, though. Are the Eagles somebody to you? They did not only beat the Eagles with Peterson talking shit that they were going to go into Big D and win that game, because he showed me the video before we did this video, and the Dallas spanked those motherfuckers. You got to give Cowboys respect for this week.
I'm gonna go into. Do you think by now, it's been a couple years, is Carson Wentz overrated? Because remember, he didn't win that Super Bowl. Nick Foles did.
I think once they got film on Carson Wentz, he wasn't the same quarterback. That's my opinion. When they didn't have film on him, he tore up the league.
I'm seeing Eagle fans jump off this Wentz wagon now. They jumping off the wagon.
I knew they shouldn't let go Foles, though. I think I had that conversation with you. You said going young was the right decision.
Yeah, because
I would have went Foles because of the experience. Foles is not going to put up Wentz numbers. But Foles, when he gets to the playoffs, he knows what to do. He's proven that. He won a chip.
Yeah, it's a shame he got hurt week 1 for the Jags. We'll never know, really.
Yeah.
And now it's probably Gardner Minshew's team. I don't see Foles
Mustache.
ever playing again.
A.K.A. the mustache.
Brian B4 said Dak's QBR is mad confusing.
Yeah, man. Brian, I don't know. I read it up this morning. You can check it up yourself. You just press Dak Prescott on ESPN. It's going to give you QBR. It's going to say first right next to it. I don't even know how. You lose to Sam Darnold like that? I don't even know. And he ain't even lighted up that game.
No.
I mean, he came back late with some late shit, but he ain't lighted up. Now, same question with your Buffalo Bills?
Do I see them making a run?
Are they the truth? Are the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to say this next to Brian Ford, William Wright, all my people's checking in. Are the Buffalo Bills a 5-1 team? I know they 5-1, but I mean, are they that good? Talk to
No,
them.
they're not that good. They playing well. Defense looks good. They had showed a couple struggles last week against B Ford and your Dolphins, down at halftime, which
And they could have been down more.
Yeah.
Dolphins fucked up and turned the ball over right before the half. They could have stretched that lead to like a 9-point lead.
That was Fitzmagic revenge game. He was trying to show Buffalo, that y'all my old team. I'm gonna show out in Buffalo. Show you what y'all had. It was a great performance from Fitzmagic. He looked good. Shout out to him. He's been a great quarterback everywhere he's gone. Not great, but he's been doing what he's supposed to do as a backup.
Right. He's the greatest playbook reader in the game, coming out of Harvard.
Yeah, he's smart.
They said he could read a playbook quicker than anybody.
So that's what I'm saying.
And he has some good games.
He's not a good, solid number one guy, but as
I like him as a backup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, a true backup, like coming in the third quarter, not like starting the game again.
But the Bills, they do this a lot. They start off 4-1, 5-1. I said before the season. I wasn't surprised.
Justin, you said he's seen it from the Bills before. You said that too last week.
I say it all the time. They're playing well. They only lost it to the Patriots, so I can't really give them too much fault. It's kind of biased coming from me because they're my team, but I don't know if they can maintain this and keep this going. We'll find out, but their defense is probably a top 3 defense in the league. So with that being said, once the weather starts getting even colder, it's going to be more of a home field advantage for Buffalo. Could help them out. We'll see.
Josh Allen is good in cold weather coming out of Wyoming.
I can see them finishing the season 8-8.
Piece of bottle.
I can see them finishing the season 13-3 or 8-8. So you never know. Josh Allen.
I don't want that on my show. You gotta give me more than that.
That's
a hedge.
That's not a hedge.
Give me a record where you think Buffalo.
Look, Bills fan,
I'm gonna say the Cowboys are gonna win 10 games. That's my prediction. We're 4-3. Cowboys are gonna win 10. You can't give me 13-3 and 8-8. You gotta give me something more than that.
I'm just saying I could see that happening.
No, I can't see that. Give me one. I need one.
All right, I'll say the Bills win 10 games.
Okay, that makes sense. Now let me give you some numbers on Josh Allen. He's 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for 1,300 plus yards. He's got a 37.3 QBR, which ranks him 29th in the league. That's kind of bugged out. He's 5-1. Dak is 4-3. They play better teams than the Cowboys. I think we could admit that, right? More or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
And his QBR is 37.3, but yet they 5-1. Back to what I tell you, numbers do lie. I wish I could have sat in front of Mayweather when he made up that saying.
I think they play each other this year.
No, numbers do lie. They misrepresent the situation. You heard that from Alyork Sports. I don't broke that down for years.
I want to say that they play on a Thursday night this year, the Bills and Cowboys. I think it's.
Bro, you gotta be sure.
I'm 100%.
We can't throw it out there if it ain't sure.
They play each other, but I think it's a primetime game. Though. That's what I'm saying. It's either a Thursday night or a Monday night. The Bills play the Cowboys, so that right there, that's gonna be it. That's a revenge game.
Hold up, Will.
29.
Will, you bet me 20 what, brother?
That they don't finish. That they don't get 10 wins.
That they don't get 10 wins. Will, you like me, Will. You work too hard for your money, man. And not only that, you tune into my show. I would feel really bad if you gave me your hard-earned money. I'd rather you go to the Salvation Army and drop it off over there, brother. For real, man. I don't want to take your money, brother. I don't want to take your money. You hit a great point. We're going to stay in the NFL. Now, before people think I'm crazy, let me finish talking. Teddy Bridgewater's 5-0. Since taking over the New Orleans Saints, my boy Elvis team. Elvis loves Who Dat all day. I mean, right now he's walking around with a Who Dat hat right in my facility. He works in the facility. I think personally, they got what they are, 6-1, correct? 7 games. Mm-hmm. I would let Teddy Bridgewater
finish the season out?
No. Go at least to the 10th game if they still winning. Let Drew Brees' thumb really heal up. Let him get a lot of practices under his belt. And if they go 9-1 with him, then ride it. Or if they end up 9-2 or 8-2, I think you should bring Brees in week 10 and then have him take on from there. I don't think you need a rush Drew Brees in right now. Why? They always say if something's not broke, why fix it? Now I know if it's playoffs,
He's the man.
listen, playoffs you got to put Drew Brees. I'm not even questioning that.
Okay.
My thing is let Bridge ride out the next. As long as he's winning. Once he's like, if he's even losing at halftime, you yank him. But let him ride, man. Let Bridgewater ride. He's been riding his boat, bro. He's doing everything that's asked of him. He's not only beating teams, they dominating teams.
They killing. They smashing.
They smashing niggas. Yo, tape.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because
Ernest Vega.
you don't want to get Wally pipped, obviously. The problem is everybody loved Drew Brees so much in New Orleans. They probably itching for him to come back. That's the problem, the fans.
So fuck Teddy Bridgewater. Fuck the bridge.
They saying that I'm just talking about the fan base.
Who set up the bridge for everybody to go through while Breeze is fucking hurt? Teddy.
Yeah.
Stay on that bridge.
I mean, I can't just
stay on that. Now, like I said, if he's down a half, you yank him. And all I'm saying is to week 10. That's it. I'm not saying ride with him to the. No. Drew Brees is your guy. But damn, I think Bridgewater deserves this shit. Your take before we move on.
I mean, he didn't have really much of a chance in Minnesota. So I mean, he's starting to get his opportunity here. I'm sure he's grateful for it. Probably get paid at the
He's going to get paid.
And then that's all that matters.
They saying William Wright's Miami Dolphins is going after him.
Right. Now I'm sure if the coach said to him, you want to stop right now 5-0, you want to keep going, you pretty much already guaranteeing yourself a contract right now, or you can go out there in week 8 and get hurt.
Know with Teddy B, he'll go out there. That's the type of kid he is. He's a tough kid. His leg almost got amputated, bro.
Yeah.
Anybody else would have left the game, especially after having a little money.
Where'd he go, Cincinnati?
He worked Louisville.
That's why I said Cincinnati, because you said Cincinnati earlier.
Yeah. Montreal Harrow, I slipped up.
No, you got it back this night.
Yeah.
Right,
but if y'all got any take on that, Will say you don't want him. Yo, Will, you a mean cooker, Will. I mean, what do you got in Miami? You got Rosen, who ain't going to shine. He ain't going to be no Rose. You had Tannenhill, who's nothing but a backup.
You had Jay Cutler.
You got Fish Magic. You got a.k.a. Joe Flacco and Jay Cutler. Teddy Bridge will go over there and win you some games. If I'm you, I'd rather win a couple and then get that quarterback that can take you to the chip. Your take before we finish up.
Ernest Vega brought up a good point. Minnesota, big mistake getting rid of him. Man, they had so many guys. They had Case Keenum.
Yeah, but Case did good though.
Sam Bradford. They had all these guys. They got rid of all three and brought in Kirk Cousins. So they gave him a boat.
Now Kirk lined up the last 4 weeks after Todd Diggs and them.
I think
after Diggs and them got in.
They got rid of all three of those guys because they knew they was going to pay
Kirk. Do you trust Kirk?
Gun to my head, in the last drive of the game, I take him over the other echelon of the quarterbacks. Yeah,
I don't trust Kirk.
I take him over.
Kirk's a numbers guy to me. Yeah, he's a numbers guy. Listen, Kirk's numbers will match up with anybody. In the last 3 weeks, the way he's been playing, he's been stout. But I think that's the energy drink. That's all that is. He's gonna rock for a little while. Then he's gonna what's that shit? He's gonna crash, just like an energy drink. He's gonna crash. I'm not a big dude on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, one of them dudes, he could really falter on a home opener playoff game and shit the bed. I don't trust Kirk Cousins for a motherfucker. And that's my take. Anything else before we move on?
Keep going.
Okay, got questions? Take the questions there, Noah Parker.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Ernest with Minnesota had 3 quarterbacks. Let them all go for Cousins. He also said Kawhi trash.
Kawhi trash? Ernest.
Oh no, he trashed the Fakers.
Okay.
I almost read it wrong.
Don't do the claw like that.
Tonight they're going against the Warriors. That's what we brought up earlier.
Yeah.
Humpty said I'd rather have B4 to Richie from the Blue Truck as quarterback in Miami than anyone they have now.
Yo, don't Miami Dolphins. They went down
don't even want to win.
Quick, man.
They ready to get Tua next year who can't even stay healthy at Alabama.
Yo, what they gave up for Rosen? Don't tell me a second rounder.
That's a pick somewhere. I forgot what it was.
Wasn't no second rounder though, right?
I'm not sure. I think it was a 3rd round or something.
I hope not, man.
Because they just wanted to get rid of him so they could draft Kyler Murray. So they were happy to just get rid of him.
Right.
So I don't think it was that much.
But I'm just hoping the spending fee wasn't that much to retain him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was a 3rd, 4th round. I doubt if it was a second.
I don't think it was the second.
Okay. My next question before we give out our free picks, gentlemen. the Yankee brass. We the Yankee brass. Who do you re-sign? Who do you trade? And what's our goal to get these Savages back going and get that World Series mindset all over again? After losing, I thought we lost the bad series to Houston. I at least wanted to go 7 or win the series. Who do you like? Let me get some names at you. Brett Garner. What you do with Brett Garner?
Well, with Hicks going down, they probably got to keep Gardner now, because Hicks is out for 8 to 10 months with a Tommy John surgery.
Right.
Which is just crazy to me how you get Tommy John as an outfielder, but it's a baseball injury. But
so you don't let Clint Frazier come up.
Nah, Frazier's still gonna be a guy that's coming, off the bench, because they still gonna have Stan in the outfield, Judge in right field, and then Gardner at center. I think Gardner had 28 home runs this year.
I don't remember right off the bat.
It was a career high. I know that. So he's still coming off that high. He's hitting that ball, but maybe it was all juiced. But it don't matter what they do in this outfield. It don't matter what they do with Didi. They got to go after some starting pitching. That's the key.
No, but let's stay within the question, because I got all that coming up.
Right, okay.
Brett Garner's the topic at
I
hand.
guess you got to keep him because of Hicks.
Keep Brett Garner. Okay, we all know CC's gone. That's not even debatable. Didi Gregorius.
Out of there. He gonna want too much money. They don't need it. They don't need him. They got enough talent.
I like Didi too,
especially
man.
when Andujar come back from the. They got too many infielders.
We need him to come back.
They got enough infielders.
We need him to come back, bro. And Gleybar's definitely stepped up for us. So
we still got Urshela. You still got LeMahieu. You got a bunch of infielders. You don't need Didi.
Yeah, we don't need to pay Didi. In other words, we could go get a pitcher. Because we're gonna clear up about 30 M's to go get a Garrett Cole if possible, because his main destinations we spoke earlier seem to be the Frisco Giants and the Halos from Anaheim. I would love to get Cole, but who wouldn't love to get Cole? I think we should offer the house for Cole. That's how bad we need him as a number one. Because if you get Cole at the Yankees number one, Tanaka looks so good as your second guy. Severino looks even better as your third guy. And I'm not even mentioning Montgomery, because I think J.A. Happ might go. And I ain't even mentioned Paxton. Paxton's going to be in that rotation.
They'll be set if they get it.
They got to get Cole. They got to. Okay, if you don't sign Didi, you don't sign Gardner, CeCe's, all that money CeCe was getting out, you have enough to go after Garrett Cole and give him about 7 years.
Yes, I see that.
That's what I would like to do. Now, trade bait. A lot of rumors going on that the St. Louis Cardinals are real interested in Giancarlo Stanton. I think he'll do really good in St. Louis. Why? You put him back in the National League where he's accustomed to being at, because that American League, National League, it was too much for him to adjust, one, and he's been hurt the majority of the time. I think you put him in there with Goldie and all these other guys that St. Louis possess, Osuna, Martinez,
Carpenter,
all them tats. I think you'll get some pitches over there, and I think he'll blossom. He probably won't be the Marlins.
So who do we go after in St. Louis if that's?
We got to get some pitching. We got to get some pitching.
Well, Hudson, they don't really have it.
I don't know, but we got to get either a pitcher and an outfielder. Maybe get that young boy. What's his name? Breda. Am I saying it right? The blonde head center fielder that he's real fast. That he actually wasn't hitting, and they send him down. Is it Hader, Breda? One of them. Yeah, get him in a nice starting pitcher. You have to get something. Now, this is the big one. Do you trade Sanchez after what he showed us in the playoffs?
Gary Sanchez. Man, another playoff where he didn't do nothing. Great regular season guy, probably the best slugging percentage catcher in the regular season.
Him and Stanton, they what I call regular season thugs.
Yep, they kill it.
They kill it, but then they don't show up in the playoffs.
You got to keep him though, because there's no other. You're not going to get enough value from him. He's still got a gun, still throwing out guys. It's just he's got to do something to wake up in the postseason, because you're not going to get anybody a trade that's valued enough in their favor, because now you got Austin Romine catching. You're not going to go after a Yadier Molina who's over the hill. You got to stick with him. He's probably the top.
You could probably pick up a catcher.
He's probably top 3 catcher in the game right now.
But don't we got like a young guy that's supposed to be real good catching?
not Higashioka.
No, I heard we got a prospect. I don't know off the top, but I heard we got. But I don't know if you want to bring a prospect in
That's what I'm saying.
playoffs and all that.
You gotta
But
stick with him again, another year at least. I like Austin Romine, but I just
No,
don't-
he ain't the
I don't
answer.
think he's not. I don't think
He's not the answer.
He's not Mike Stanley.
so you try to work with Sanchez to hope that he gets it together.
Got to figure out.
I
a
will,
way.
because he's young and we need him. Unlike Stanton, where the outfield is full.
Yeah, exactly.
And plus, we got
That's what I'm
Judge.
saying.
We don't need Stanton when we got Judge.
You name 3 catchers better than Gary Sanchez right now.
Well, defensively, I can name you about
Yeah,
10 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But hitting, I would say
no.
he's top 3 easy.
Yeah, easy. That's why you got to stick with him.
Yeah, I would say top 3
Especially if
easy.
you're not paying him no 50 M's or nothing right now.
Right, but they will eventually start.
And that's when you could start thinking about letting him go. 'Cause
Right,
now,
right.
We still got him cheap, so he stays.
Okay, I like that. We need pitching. No other way around it. I'm tired of facing these teams with 2. Right now, let's say we would have went through the Astros.
You going up against Scherzer? And
Nationals, and I would have got him. Let me tell you something. I said it before. Pitching wins World Series, defense wins championships. Not all the time, the majority of the time. So, okay, we happen to get lucky to go by the Astros. We're not getting by the motherfucking Nationals. Get it, dog.
Yeah, that's my take. We'll see what goes on, but to me, at the end of the day, pitch is most important.
Okay, free picks real quick. We got 4 minutes left. Go ahead, man.
Free play. I'm starting college football.
No, I thought we was doing the NFL.
Are we doing the NFL first?
Remember you like
okay,
that one?
Okay, yeah. All right. We'll go to NFL Sunday. I think it's a morning game. Chargers at the Bears. You got Mitch Trubisky or Chase Daniel against Phillip Rivers. Not a marquee matchup. 2 big-name quarterbacks, but Chargers coming off a tough loss where Melvin Gordon fumbled the ball at the 1-yard line to lose that game to the Titans. I'm going with them this week, though. Give me the Chargers plus the 5 or 4.5 on the road in Chicago.
LA Chargers. LA Chargers, first
LA
free
Chargers.
pick. Now, we going college or we going to stick with the NFL here?
Whatever you want to do.
You said you like Notre Dame a lot?
I like college. I like
You like the Fighting Irish over the
I like
Wolverines?
the Irish on the road this week. Pick 'em or -1 in Michigan. This is the game where I think Harbaugh, they finally say, that's it, you lost. This is a big market.
Hold on. Humpty, you right. But if you heard Nova Parker, you still paying them pennies, and maybe we can work with them to overcome that. Other players didn't hit in the playoffs. I'm naming you one guy. Dave Winfield went 1 for 22 in the World Series. Don't get worse than that, bro. And that kid from the Astros, the first baseman, Alvarez, I don't even think got a hit against the Yankees.
Jordan, no, he didn't.
Right? So, long as he don't continue to do it, we'll give him one more chance. He don't hit, get him the fuck out of there. Forget it.
Yeah, I'm going the Irish to win in Michigan. Pick 'em or -1. Big game for both teams. Irish got to keep it going.
I think that's a real big game for the Wolverines, man. Harbaugh almost has to win this game.
I agree. It's going to be a close game.
Harbaugh has to win this
But
game.
I'm going with this is the game where after this game, they know Harbaugh's out of there unless he beats Ohio State, which ain't gonna happen.
Right. Okay, now my 2-team 7-point teaser. We're gonna go to Buffalo, right? The Buffalo are either -2 or 2.5. We're gonna take the Eagles, bring them up to +9 or +9.5. Eagles just got spanked in Dallas. They have to show up in this game. I even think they can win this game, and Buffalo's due for a letdown at 5-1. So I kind of even like the Eagles to win outright, but at +9, 9.5 is bargain city. Now you're gonna tie that up with my game 2 of the day, where we go into the Pontiac, Michigan.
Again.
Detroit Lions. Yes, we're gonna mess with this team.
I'm on them too.
We're going to take them from -7 against the G-Man down to a pick 'em. So here's your 2-team 7-point teaser. Eagles +9.5, Lions pick 'em. If you get 9, you can roll with that. If you get the Lions at -0.5, you can roll with that. 3 teams for the week. This is your 3 free picks. You got Chargers +4.5, 5. Notre Dame pick 'em or -1, correct? And the 2-team 7-point teaser, Eagles +9.5, Lions pick 'em. And with that, we want to thank you guys for tuning in like you guys do every week, showing us your loyalty. We appreciate y'all guys to death, man. You know what I mean? Say your little thing before I end it up, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. It's enjoy your holiday Halloween. It came out scary for y'all. It's gonna be interesting. Make sure you finish the World Series.
Yo, can I do something?
Football
Remember
up.
Jimmy Johnson? Brian, you gonna like this. Remember when Jimmy Johnson won the Super Bowl?
Way back. Yeah,
Okay,
against
listen.
the Bills.
Is it all right? Yo, we love y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Noah Parker, Alyork Sports, Syndicate Radio, Vegas Divas, D Beeman, everybody. Tony Sports, come back next week and we gonna give y'all nothing but the raw truth. Love y'all niggas, man. 100, baby.